area, perimeter, and volume of geometrical shapes. Learning objectives. At the end of this module, the students were able to first, you have to discuss geometric figures, describe geometric shapes, solve for measurement corresponding to shapes, calculate the area of common geometric figures and the perimeter of common geometric figures, and also you have to calculate the volume of common geometric figures. First, in geometry, a shape is defined as the figure close by the boundary. So, yung boundary na yun is created by the combination of lines, points, and curves. So, basically, there are two different types of geometric shapes. Pag sinabi natin na two-dimensional, yun yung walang depth or wala siyang lalim. And yung 3D naman, aside from meron siyang length, meron siyang width, at saka meron siyang depth. So, meron siyang height, each and every shape in the geometry can be measured using the different measures such as the area, the volume, the surface area, the perimeter, and hindi ko mabasa, and so on. Okay? So, example, pagka 2D, yung lumalabas is ganito lang. Yan, 2D. So, meron lang siya. Kung halimbawa ito is square, so meron lang siyang side, itong side na ito at saka side na yan. Side ba ito pare-pareho kasi pag sa square, di ba? Say for instance, this is a square. So, therefore, yung area niyan, nung 2D na yan, would be equals to the S squared. Kung halimbawa ito ay 4, ito ay 4, syempre same yan ang distance, and that would be equals to 4 squared. Okay? So, kapag ka naman sinabi natin na 3D, so aside doon sa kanyang side, nagiging cube siya. Kunyari, yung square, no? So, for instance, meron tayong square. Yan. And at the same time, ay meron siyang depth. Yan. Nawala. Ganyan. So, 3D siya. Big sabihin, imumultiply natin yung lalim ng shape na yon. Okay? Next. An area is a quantity that expresses the extent of a two-dimensional figure or shape or planar lamina in the plane. So, lamina shapes includes 2D figures that can be drawn on a plane. Example, we have the circle, the square, the triangle, the rectangle, trapezoid, the rhombus, and parallelogram. And the area of shapes such as circles, triangles, square, rectangles, parallelogram, etc. are the region occupied by them in space. So we have the basic area formula. For a square, we have S squared. And sa rectangle, we have the area is equals to base times height. Sa parallelogram naman, yung area natin is same siya sa rectangle, ano? Area times base times height. Wherein yung ang height natin dito na tinitingnan is yung okay. Ako ng pen. Ito. Yan, yung horizontal line nito. Ito yung line. Yan. Okay? So dito kasi sa rectangle, straight siya, 'di ba? Sa parallelogram, medyo naka-inclined, pero ang kukunin natin hindi itong length na 'yan. Ang kukunin natin na height dito ay itong height na 'yan. Okay? For the trapezoid, we have the two different sides, yung A and B natin. Sometimes ginagamit natin siya as bases, base A and base B. And for the area that is equals to the sum of those two base, no? Yung A plus B all over 2 times the height. And of course, yung height natin dito is the horizontal height din, hindi yung naka-slant, no? For triangle, we also have 1/2 base times height. Ito ay general formula for the triangle. And for ellipse, meron tayong area din dyan, pi AB. And then for the circle is pi r squared. Okay? So sometimes meron ang area ng circle, meron din siyang pi d. No? Kung ang pi over 4 d squared. Yan. Kung ang given ay diameter. Okay? So next, 2D shapes. A 2D or two-dimensional shape is a flat shape that has only two dimensions, yung length nga natin at saka width. Without thickness or without the depth, for example, a sheet of paper is two-dimensional in shape and it consists of a length and width but does not have any depth or height. So some common 2D shapes are square, rectangle, triangle, circle, and hexagon. So ito yung mga common 2D shapes natin. So as you can see, wala talaga siyang depth, diba? Okay, so yung parts ng 2D circle, we have the radius, and yung radius ay kalahati ng diameter, and yung diameter is from to the point ng circumference niya. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung 2 times the radius is equals to diameter, and yung kabuuang circumference niya yung nasa gilid na linya, no? Yung buong linya ng circle is the circumference. For the 2D ng triangle naman, we have the vertices, iyan yung mga angles natin, and we have also 3 sides. For the square, yung ating apat na angle dyan is, of course, that is 90 degrees, and we have the same dimension ng side, kasi nga square siya. Okay, sa pag-rectangle, dalawa lang yung nagiging pareho. It's either yung longitudinal na side, yun yung pareho, or yung isa naman, yung mas maikli or shortest side, pareho naman siya. Okay, same with kapag meron tayong rhombus or parallelogram, nakaslant lang yung two sides nun. And if we have the pentagon, aside sa meron siyang angle, no, interior angle, meron din naman siyang total angle, no? Depende sa sides or depende sa klase ng polygons. Yung hexagon, ganun din. Ito, balikan natin. Yung pentagon kasi we have 5 sides and we have 5 angles. And yung kanyang inner angle is 108 degrees. While sa hexagon is 120 degrees yung inner niya. Okay? And yung exterior angle niya naman is 60. For other geometric area formulas, we have, ito, binigay ko na pala to kanina. Same lang naman siya. And for the perimeter of a rectangle, the perimeter is the distance around the figure. So, halimbawa, ito meron tayong binigay na formula. For the perimeter, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So, dito, sa given na ito, yung ating length dyan, syempre, yung mahaba. Okay? Yung ating length is 15 and yung ating width is equals to 8. Okay? Then, i-plot na natin siya sa ating equation. P is equals to 2 times L or 15 plus 2 times 8. Okay? And that would be equals to, ito ay 30 plus 16. And yung perimeter is equals to 46. Okay? Wala naman siyang, meron siyang unit or inches, no? Okay, so next. So dito naman, perimeter of a square. So the perimeter is the distance around the figure ulit. But of course, yung hindi siya sakto sorry. So lagyan ko na lang. Pangit yung square hanggang dito lang yan. Okay? Kunyari. Sorry Hindi ko siya na Ito ay wala. Ayan, wala yan Ang pangit ng drawing natin. Okay, so anyway, balik tayo dito. So, yung ating formula for perimeter is 4PS ito. Then, we have just to substitute 4 times S. Yung S natin ay 9 and that is equals to 36 inches. Okay, kasi 4 times 9 is 36. Okay, next. Perimeter of a triangle. So, kapag triangle, madali lang siya kasi lalo na kung binigay yung 3 sides, you just have to add those 3 sides. So, perimeter is just the 3 sides of the triangle. So, for this example, we have the perimeter is equals to A plus B plus C. And this would be equals to 5 inches plus 5 inches plus 5 inches. Therefore, yung perimeter ng triangle na ito ay 15 inches. Okay? Next. The area of, ito naman. So, aside from the perimeter, we have the area. So, kapag sinabi natin na area, ito yung space na na-consume nung shape. So, yung formula for rectangle is the length times width. So, for this example, yung area natin, yung length natin dyan is equals to 14 and yung ating width is equals to 9. So, therefore, yung ating area is equals to 14 times 9. And that is equals to, kuha kayo ng calculator if you have, and then you just type 14 times 9 or mano-manuhin nyo na lang, and ang lalabas dyan ay 126 squared inch, no? Kasi nga nagmultiply tayo na meron tayo ditong inch at saka inch din dito. Okay, so tandaan nyo na kapag area, yung ating exponent ay squared or 2. Next, the area of square. So dito, substitute lang natin yung area is equals to s squared, and that is equals to 6 squared, may inch yan dyan, and that is equals to 36 squared inch. Okay. For the area of triangle, we have the formula 1/2 base times height. So dito, ang height na tinutukoy dito ay itong 4. Yan yung height, no? Ito yung overall height ng triangle. So disregarding this value, yung 5 inches na yan, makukuha natin siya kasi ang tinitingnan lang naman natin is yung B at saka yung height. Therefore, yung ating formula, kapag sinubstitute na natin ang value, this is equals to 5 times yung height na 4 all over 2. So that is equals to 20 divided by 2, and that is 10 inches. Okay? Squared pala. Squared inch kasi area pa rin siya. Next, what is the area of a rectangular park whose length and width are 60 meters and 90 meters respectively? So, halimbawa, ito wala siyang drawing or wala siyang illustration. You just have to illustrate or draw. Halimbawa, ito yung rectangle. Sorry, nawawala yung okay, dito. Ulitin natin. Ito yung rectangle. And ito daw, ang length natin ay 90. Samantalang yung ating width ay 60. Okay? So, alam natin na kapag ka-rectangle, yung area natin ay length times width. Okay? So, ang ating length ay 90. Yung ating width ay 60. So, that is 90 times 60. So, therefore, our area is 90 times 60. That is 5,400 squared. Nawawala kasi yung ano. Yan. 5,400. Yan. Square meter. Okay? So next, what is the area of a circular park whose radius is 400 meters? So dito naman, ang tinutukoy naman natin dito na shape ay square. Okay? So kapag circle, kasi may radius tayo. So drawing tayo dyan. So ito. And yung radius niya ay kalahati ng diameter, which is 400 meters. Yung ating area is equals to pi r squared. Okay, so pi ay nasa calculator 3.1416 times the radius na 400 meters. Yan. And squared. Okay, so kuha kayo ng calculator. Pi times 400 squared. That is equals to, ang laki, no? So this is equals to 502,654 square meter. Okay. Next, what is the area of a square with each side measuring 5 units? So ang area natin dyan is equals to s squared, diba? So that is equals to 5 squared, and that is equals to 25 unit. Wala naman, no? Unit is square. Yan. Okay. Next. Ayan. 3D shapes naman tayo. So when you say 3D shapes, those are solids that consist of 3 dimensions. So meron na siyang height or width, no? Aside sa meron siyang length and width. 3D in the word 3D shape means 3-dimensional. So every 3D geometric shape occupies some space based on its dimension, and we can see so many 3D shapes all around us in our daily life. And some examples of 3D are cube, cuboid, cone, and cylinder. So, halimbawa, ganyan. So, ito yung mga lagi nating nakikita sa ating daily lives. Na, halimbawa, meron tayong ball, meron tayong timba, meron tayong cube, meron tayong book, no? For the parts of sphere, we have the diameter, of course, we have the radius and the center of the sphere. So, halimbawa, katulad siya ng ball, 3D siya, no? 3D siya na circle, yung sphere. Yung parallel lang naman siyang earth, no? So, ganon. Yung cylinder naman ay para lang siyang circle na, o parang tubo, ganon, no? Cylinder. So, yung parts niya, we have the base. Yung base natin dito ay ito. Ito yung base. Ayan. So, yan ay circle. Okay? So, halimbawa, kukunin natin yung area dyan. Hanapin mo muna itong area nito. Then, i-multiply natin siya sa height niyan, kung ilan yan. Okay? Next. Yung cone. So, alam naman natin yung cone, ano yung para siyang funnel. So, yung cone, we have the height, meron din siyang radius, at saka yung eye, or itong length dito is the slant height. Kung bakit ginawa siyang ganito, kasi ito ay para lang siyang Pythagorean theorem, di ba? Titingnan mo, ito kasi ay right triangle. So, kapag nilagay ko siya dito, ito ay H, ito ay R, ito ay L, no? Ito ang katumbas nito ay yung C. So, we have the formula ng Pythagorean. C is equals to square root of A squared plus B squared, diba? So, ganun lang yon. So, ito din yung hinanap dyan. So, that is slant height of the cone. Next is yung torus, yung para siyang donut, no? In some other term kasi donut talaga yung tawag dyan. We also have types of pyramids. Meron tayong square pyramid kasi yung base niya ay square. We also have triangular pyramid kasi yung base niya ay triangle. Hexagonal kasi yung base niya ay hexagon. And pentagonal kasi yung base niya ay pentagon. We also have types of prism. Square prism, triangular prism. Ay, yung triangular prism, lagi nyo nakikita sa chocolate, diba? And we also have pentagonal prism. Yung mga polygons and other regular polyhedrons, pwede siyang tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, dodecahedron, icosahedron, or yung mga other names of polygons, depends on the sides. So, kapag 3 sides, that is triangle, 4 is quadrilateral, 5 is pentagon, 6 is hexagon, 7 is heptagon, 8 is octagon, 9 is nonagon, 10 is decagon, 11 is hendecagon, 12 is dodecagon, 13 is tridecagon, tetradecagon, pentadecagon, hexadecagon, heptadecagon, octadecagon, enneadecagon, enneadecagon, and icosagon. Okay? Now, let us come to the volume. So, kanina, kinompute natin yung perimeter, yung area. So, ngayon naman, volume. So, by definition, volume is the measure of the capacity of 3D. So, nagkakaroon lang tayo ng volume kung yung shape natin ay 3D kasi meron na siyang depth, no? So, it is the amount of material you can put inside a 3-dimensional figure. Okay? So, halimbawa, draw tayo ng box. So, halimbawa, ito yung box. Yan. Kung ano yung pwede mong ilagay dito, yun yung ibig sabihin niya. Yun yung volume. Yung surface area naman, halimbawa ito yung box. Okay. Di ba itong box, meron siya ditong side, ito, at saka sa kabila. So meaning, meron din siya ditong isa pang side sa kabila, at saka, lakihan natin para mas makita nyo. Okay. So para siyang ganito. Ay, sorry. Para siyang ganyan. Okay? Ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, palitan ko ng kulay. Yung hindi natin nakikita ay pag ganun yan, di ba? Kasi nga, 3D siya, di ba? So, therefore, yung kanyang face or yung kanyang mukha, no? Meron siya ditong isa, 1, tapos sa kabila, 2, tapos yung dito naman, 3, at saka dito, at saka yung top, at saka yung bottom. Okay? So, therefore, yung face niya ay 6. Okay? So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng surface area. Ito total mo lang yon. So this is the sum of the areas of the surfaces of a 3D, okay, figure. So it refers to the total area that is on the outside surface. Kaya nga sinabi siyang surface area. Okay, solid geometry is the study of 3D solid figures and also called space figures. Volumes of three-dimensional figures are measured in cubic units such as cubic feet or cubic meters. And surface areas of three-dimensional figures are measured in square units such as square feet or square meters. Okay? Ito naman yung common volume formulas. For the rectangular solid, we have the length times width times height. For the cube is s raised to 3, no? Kung area yan, that is s raised to 2, di ba? Squared. So, cylinder is pi r squared raised times the height. Ang cone naman ay 1/3 times the pi r squared times height. Yung sphere naman is 4/3 pi r cube. Okay? And for the surface area, we have, for rectangular solid, we have the 2 times length times width plus 2 times width times height plus 2 times length times height. For the cube, 6s squared. For the cylinder, yung surface area is equals to 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. For the cone naman, pi r squared plus pi r square root of r square plus h square. Okay? And for the sphere, yung surface area natin is 4 pi r squared. Okay? So, ito yung other formula for that. Please memorize and kasi gamit na gamit din naman to. Okay, polyhedra. Ito is additional shape na lang ito. It's a kind of closed surface formed by the union of polygons region, no? So, yan. Mga sample. Okay, so halimbawa ito. Find the volume of this shape, no? We have the length 5. Yung length natin ay 5. Yung width natin ay 2. Tapos yung height natin ay 5. Okay? And then, yung volume natin is equals to 5 times 5 times 2. Okay? And that is equals to 50. Okay? So, check nyo sa calculator. 5 times 5 is 25 times 2 is 50. And yung ating units dito ay cubic inch. Okay? So, what is the volume of the following figure? Ito naman. So, yung ating length is equals to 10. Yung ating length is equals to 10 meters. Yung ating width is equals to 3. And yung height natin is equals to 8. Okay? Anyway, kahit alin naman yung, depende sa orientation nyo. Ang importante ay nandun yung tatlong components. So, yung volume natin is length times width times height to 10 times 3 times 8. Okay, so that is equals to 240. Okay, 240 cubic meter. Okay, next. Determine the surface, the volume and surface. Ito, ito yung hindi lang isa yung hahanapin natin, kundi dalawa, no? Kasi merong volume. So, for this shape, yung volume natin dito is length. Nawawala kasi siya, no? Na sumusulat siya sa letter. So, ibaba ko na lang. Okay. Yung volume natin is length times width times height. Okay. Yung length natin ay 11 times width natin ay 3 times height natin ay 6. And that is equals to 198 cubic feet. Okay. Yan. Now, let us come to the surface area. For the surface area, yung binigay natin na formula kanina for rectangular shape is equals to SA or surface area is equals to 2 times length times width plus 2 times width times height plus 2 times length times height. Okay? So, substitute lang natin siya. 2 times yung length natin na 11, yung width natin na 3. Yan. Plus 2 times width natin na 3, tas height natin na 6. plus 2 times yung length natin na 11 times height na 6. Okay, and that will give us the value of 234 square feet. Okay, kasi area siya, di ba? Now, let us come to the next example. Determine the volume and surface area of the following 3D figure. So, as you can see, ito ay cylindrical, ano? And yung base niya ay circle. Okay, so therefore, uunahin muna natin yung area nitong base na to. Ayan. Hindi po siya oblong ha, kasi nga isometric yung drawing. Pero kung dito tayo nakatingin sa taas banda, makikita lang natin ay bilog, no? Na meron siyang radius na 4. Okay? So una, hanapin muna natin yung, para hindi tayo magulo, ano? Kasi mayroon naman siyang tawag dyan, volume formula. Kung para sa dito sa sa volume nito ng cylinder, that is pi r squared h, 'di ba? So same lang naman siya dito kasi yung area nito ng circle ay ito times the height. Okay? So pwede na natin siyang idirekta, pi, then yung radius na 4 raised to 2 times yung height natin na 8, and it will give us the value of the volume. That is equals to 402. Okay, 402.12 cubic inch. Okay? And for the surface area naman, yan, hanapin natin yung surface area niya. Yung formula ng surface area is equals to SA, no? SA is equals to 2 pi RH, diba? Plus 2 pi r squared. So, yan yung formula ng surface area natin. Okay? So, substitute lang natin 2 pi. Ako di ko na nilalagay yung value ng pi kasi nasa calculator naman. Then, yung r is 4, tas yung height na 8, plus 2 times pi times 4 squared. Okay? And this will give us the value of 301.59 square inch. Yan. Okay? So, next. Determine the volume and surface area of the following 3D figure. Ito naman ay cone. So, by example, yung ating volume is equals to the 1/3 of pi r squared times the height. Okay? So, we have 1/3. Then, copy mo yung pi. We have the radius na 3. So, ilalagay ko na. Squared. Then, yung height na 8 meters. Okay? Yan, nawawala. Ayan, okay? So, 1/3, that is 1/3 times pi times 3 squared times 8. Okay? And that is equals to 75.40 cubic meter. Okay? Now, let us solve for the surface area naman, no? So, ito yung kasi dala-dalawa yung sinosolve natin dito. Anyway, mas maganda naman yan kasi mas matututo kayo mag-solve ng geometrical shape or figures. Okay, so, meron pa pala, surface area. And yung ating surface area for the cone is 1/3. Sorry. Volume pala ito, no? Yung surface area is equals to pi r squared plus pi r multiply by the square root of r squared plus h squared. Okay, ito yung h natin dito ha, yung 8. Ito yung r. Okay? Yan, r yan. So, this will give us pi times 3 squared Yan, plus pi times 3. Yan. Multiply by 3 squared plus 8 squared. Nawawala, no? Ayan. Okay. And this will give us the surface area of 108.80 square meter. Okay? Next, determine the volume and surface area of this sphere. Ito, ano? Sphere. So, ang volume nito, volume formula, would be equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube. Okay? So, 4 over 3, then pi, yung ating radius na 9, and cube. Okay? Ang volume ang ibibigay sa atin nito ay 3,053.63 centimeter cube or cubic centimeter. Okay? For the surface area, yung ating formula ng surface area ng sphere ay equal siya sa 4 pi r squared, no? Ayan, okay? Surface area ng sphere is equals to 4 pi r squared. And this will give us 4 pi, substitute yung value ng r na 9 squared. Yung surface area nito ay 1,017.88 cubic centimeter, ay square centimeter. Okay? Now, we come now to the platonic solid. So, ito naman ay another kind of regular polyhedron whose faces are all regular polygons. So, yung face niya ay it's either mga triangle, mga square, ganyan. Okay? Yan, yun mga sample. Prism, na-take up na natin to kanina. So, but the definition is, this is a special type of polyhedron whose bases are congruent polygons and whose sides are parallelogram. So, this parallelogram regions are called the lateral faces of the prism. So, yon. Ito yung mga sample ng prism. Ang volume ng prism, yung base lang times height. Okay? So, halimbawa ito. So, the fish is in the shape of a hexagonal prism. So, yung itong hexagonal prism, ang sabi baga doon, ang volume is equals to the base times yung height. So, ito yung base ng ng prism na yan. Hexagon siya, di ba? So, kapag sinabi natin na hexagon, ito, yan, ganyan yung hexagon, di ba? Ito daw ay 8 inches, no? Tapos, itong length na to ay 16. Ito, oh. Yan, okay. So, as you can see dito, pwede natin siyang kunin. So, alam natin na ito ay hexagon. So, this is divided into 6. Okay? And lahat ng ito na triangle, kung ilalagay ko siya, ito ay equilateral triangle with the same angle and the same sides. Okay? Now, kapag kahinati ko ito dito, makakakuha ako ng tawag dyan. Makakakuha ako ng right triangle. Pero ito ay magiging siyang ganito. Ito ay 8. Ito ay, yan, 8. Ito ay 4. Ang hihanapin natin itong height niya. Ito, okay? Yung height niya na yan by Pythagorean theorem, that is equals to h is equals to square root of 8 squared minus 4 squared. And that will give us, ano yung calculator? Square root of 8 squared minus 4 squared, that is equals to 6.92 times ilan to lahat? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 12. Yung area niya is equals to, tama ba ako? 8 minus 4. Ay, sorry, hindi pa, yung height pa lang itong hinanap natin. Okay, so yung height niya is 6.9. Sorry, 6.93. Okay, so itong height. 'Di ba kapag kukunin natin yung area niya, that is 1/2 base times height. Okay? So therefore, yung area ng triangle na ito ay 1/2 times the base na 6.93 times, yung base niya ay 4, sorry. Mali tayo. Ayan, times 4 times 6.93. Okay? So 1/2 times 4 times 6.93. So therefore, yung area ng isang triangle ay 13.86 times 12 natin siya. At lalabas na 166. Tama ba? Times 12. 166.32. Yun yung area ng base. Okay? So, kunin ko na siya. I-verify nyo na lang. So, basta sinabi ko na dito yung procedure niya. Okay? Tagal mag-delete. Okay? So, balik natin yung formula ng volume. Yan. Yung volume ay equals sa base times height. Yung base na nakuha natin na area ay 166.32 times the height na 24. At yung lalabas ay 3,000, no? Volume nito ay 3,991.68 cubic inch. Yan. Okay, sa pyramid naman tayo. So, pyramid is a polyhedron with one base. All of those faces intersect at a common vertices. Okay, or at a common vertex. Okay, so yan yon. Ang volume niya ay 1/3 base times height. Now, katulad lang din naman siya ng prism, kaya lang since triangular yung pyramid, kaya meron siyang multiplier na 1/3. Okay? So, halimbawa ito, determine the volume of the pyramid. Kukunin muna natin yung base niya. So, yung base niya ay squared, so that is equals to 2 times 2 times yung height na 3. May 1/3 pala ito dyan. Multiply ko na lang siya by 1/3. And yung volume niya na lalabas is equal siya sa 2 times 2 times 3, that is 12 times 1/3 divided by 3, that is 4. Okay, 4 cubic meter. Okay, so next. Ito yung mga sample na pala ito ng, ito na yung sasagutan nyo sa sa inyong module. Okay, so bigyan ko lang kayo ng hint. So dito, ang area lang naman yung hinahanap. So ang area natin dito ay 1/2 base times height. Kasi meron tayong height, and then meron tayong base. Okay? For the number 2, calculate the area of a circle with a diameter. So ang area may be pi r squared, or that is pi over 4 times the diameter squared. Okay? Ito naman, ito dalawang shape ito, calculate the area. Unahin nyo muna itong shape na ito kasi ito ay rectangle, so that is length times width. Okay? Tapos kunin nyo ito. Ito circle to, 'di ba? Yan, circle. Pero kalahati. So hatiin nyo yung circle. And meron siyang pi, diameter yung ginamit, pi over 4 d squared. Yung sagot dyan, divide nyo sa 2. Yun na yung semicircle. Kasi ito ay semicircle lang. Ayan. Okay, next. Solve for the circumference of a circle with a radius of 8 cm. So, balikan nyo yung formula ng circumference. Nandun sa taas, then substitute nyo lang dito. Okay, so dito, katulad ng ginamit ko kanina, ito yung volume yung or area yung kinukuha kanina. So, ang perimeter kasi ng circle, buo siya, no? Kaya lang ito, semicircle lang. Okay, so hanapin nyo muna yon. Hanapin nyo yung perimeter ng circle, tapos divided mo nyo siya sa 2. Kasi hindi naman ito kasali, Tapos yung makukuha nyong sagot dyan, plus nyo sa diameter na 12. So, ito na yung perimeter ng semicircle. Ayan. Next, calculate the volume and the surface area. Ito, madali lang to. Ginawa na natin to kanina. Of course, ito, cube din. And ito, no? Ito, proving siya. Two sides of a triangle are 7 and 13 centimeters and the perimeter is 27. So, alam natin ang perimeter ng triangle ay 3 sides, no? So, ilalagay natin yan. 27 yung perimeter. Yung isa ay 7 plus 13 plus C. Okay? So, therefore, yung value ng C is equals to 7. So, yun lang. So, if a box has a height of 4 inches, a length of 12 inches, and volume. So, volume siya, that is length times width times height. Okay? So, ililigay mo dito yung 240, tapos yung length na 12, tapos meron siyang, wala siyang width. Width yung hahanapin times height na 4. Okay? So, ganun lang. So, that is equals to 240 divided by 12 times 4. So, yun. Para makuha mo yung width niya. So, yun yung lalabas dyan. Okay, ito naman, madali lang to. What is the measure of angle for? Ito, di ba? So, alam natin na yung isang straight line ay 180 degrees. So, meron na siyang nakuha na 120. Therefore, ito ay 180 minus 120. So, yung sagot dyan ay yung angle for, yun na yun. Okay? And thank you.